Good evening and welcome to the Ghana TV9 News Bulletin for Monday, September 15, 2025. I'm Colin Abrams. In the headlines tonight, PNCR in perpetual freefall. 3 executive members jump ship in as many days. Cheating lover's revenge. I thought man admits to orchestrating acid attack after mistress outs affair. Norton blames APNU's election collapse on sabotage and disunity. Finish the school or lose the contract. Newly appointed local government minister tells Region 10 contractors. Crabwood Creek housewife hacked to death by husband. New appointments and shakeups in the new president at the cabinet. And Ghana and Suriname steps up cooperation on trade, energy, and borders. Now for the news in depth. The People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, appears to be in a perpetual freefall, even after its historic defeat at the polls. The unraveling of the party continues unabated. 3 executive members of the party has resigned in as many days. Details in this report.
I now announce regrettably my resignation from the People's National Congress Reform. It was a difficult decision, but the circumstances dictate that I take this decision. It was one that I contemplated even before September 1. It was one that I contemplated in the run-up to September 1, in fact.
Aubrey Norton may soon be a man standing alone as more executive members continue to make their hastily exits from the party. Over the weekend, long-standing member of the People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, the largest party in the Partnership for National Unity APNU coalition, Marvin Williams resigned from the party. Announcement he made during a live program on social media. Williams cited unfortunate occurrences after the September 1 election as one of the main reasons for his resignation.
One of those 2 occurrences predates September 1, but came to my attention after. I, having regard to those sets of circumstances and recognizing the need for the party to go through its rebuilding process, I've had a good run, and I thank every member of this party, every supporter of this party. I experienced only love from you, warm affection, tremendous support.
Another resignation over the weekend was Sherwin Holder, chairman of the People's National Congress Reform. Holder did not indicate a reason for his resignation in his official communication to the party leader. Both Holder and Williams served as members of parliament for the APNU in the last parliament, but are not returning this time around. The wave of resignations did not end with just those 2. On Monday, Robert Wayne Mason, a long-standing party member, tendered his resignation, citing disrespect after claiming his name was removed from the PNCR's national top-up list by Carol Joseph, with the acknowledgement of party leader Aubrey Norton. Mason said he was placed solely on a regional list. He blasted the removal of his name from the national top-up list, replaced instead with Norton allies, and accused the party of undermining grassroots organizers like Sherwin Holder and Rebalder Berbal. The party lost its long-standing position of being the main opposition following the recently concluded general and regional elections, after they were only able to amass a mere 12 of the 65 available parliamentary seats in parliament. The We Invested National Party, led by U.S.-sanctioned businessman Azruddin Mohammed, will now take up that position. The party over the last few months saw the resignation of several top executive members like Amanza Walton Desir, who now has 1 seat in the National Assembly after forming her own party, the For the Ghana Movement. Samuel Sandy, former vice chairman of the Regional Democratic Council for Region 4, and Jermaine Figueroa, former member of parliament for the PNCR. Both Sandy and Figueroa endorsed President Ali on the campaign trail. In the National Assembly, the People's Progressive Party Civic, PUPC, secured 36 seats after securing at least 242,000 votes in the polls, claiming majorities in 8 of the 10 electoral districts. Colin Abrams, Tv9 News.
President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali has reaffirmed Ghana's commitment to expanding its oil and gas sector, while simultaneously building a diversified economy. Speaking to the nation at his inauguration ceremony, the president promised that the next 5 years would see ambitious plans translated into tangible economic transformation.
In his address, President Ali stated that the oil and gas industry would continue to grow, expanding production and generating increased revenue for the people. Quote, "We will press forward with new exploration under a stronger production sharing agreement, ensuring that the benefits are greater, the gains are wider, and the wealth is truly for the people." End of quote. The president emphasized that Guyana is not a one sector nation. Alongside oil and gas, his administration plans to strengthen traditional economic pillars such as mining, agriculture, fisheries, and forestries. These sectors, he noted, are critical in generating jobs, raising incomes, and securing long term prosperity. Economic analysis suggests that balancing oil wealth with diversified growth is crucial to avoid over reliance on a single sector by focusing on both resource extraction and the broader economy. The government hopes to ensure stability, create employment opportunities, and deliver wealth across multiple industries.
But we are not a one sector nation. We are building a diversified economy that will generate jobs, raise incomes, and secure prosperity. As part of our commitment to economic diversification, we'll strengthen the traditional pillars of our economy: mining, agriculture, fisheries, and forestry, ensuring that these sectors continue to provide jobs, wealth, and stability for our people.
The president's remarks signal a dual strategy for Guyana's development: maximize the economic potential of oil and gas while reinforcing traditional sectors to ensure sustainable growth. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
Crabwood Creek was left reeling Sunday morning after a brutal domestic row turned deadly. Alicia Tito Narain, 36, was shot to death by her reputed husband, Ram Singh, who later ingested poison and died. The attack unfolded during a WhatsApp video call with Tito's US-based cousin, who watched in horror as Singh grabbed the phone and threatened, quote, "Today I will murder her," before the call was cut. Moments later, Tito's daughter arrived to find her mother's motionless body lying with multiple chop wounds. Police soon discovered Singh's body in a nearby trench after he consumed Gramazone. The couple, together for 15 years, with 2 children, had a history of domestic disputes that had reached the courts. The tragedy has stunned the Caribbean community, underscoring the death toll of unresolved domestic violence. No ifs nor buts, but the school will be completed according to the new timeline, or someone else will finish it. That was the stern warning given by the newly appointed Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Priya Manichan, to contractors of an unfinished school in Region 10 at the weekend. Details in this report.
Less than 24 hours after being sworn in as the new Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, former Education Minister Priya Manichan visited the incomplete Bamia Primary School in Region 10 on Sunday. In a video on her Facebook page, Minister Manichan said that the contractors were given an ultimatum that the institution will be completed in accordance with the new timeline or the contract will be terminated. For some time, the project, which is being funded by the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, has been facing several challenges, which include material shortages, rising costs, and labor shortages. The construction company was granted an extension to complete the school by late 2024. Minister Manichan, however, reiterated that the project has been taking an excessive amount of time.
This is a school that's going to take over this entire catchment. Right now, what's happening is the children are on shift or sitting 3 and 4 on a bench, even when they're on shift. But we can't continue that.
Minister Manichan noted that she and the contractors and subcontractors discussed a list of remaining tasks. She added that the ministry will assign a representative to the project to ensure all work is completed on schedule.
We can't afford that here. These children have to come into this school, and we're looking at a date of in October to begin this. So we're going to make sure we put a project manager on the premises and run down the things that have to finish. And the contractors have been told that it's either they finish this or come off the project. So we're very clear about what we want for the children who are going to attend here. That's serious business for us.
The Bamia Primary School contract was awarded to Statement Investment Inc. in 2021 and was valued at $364 million. The contract signing was facilitated by the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. The minister, who had just completed a successful 5 year stint at the helm of the Education Ministry, pledged that this project will be completed and promised that children will enjoy the benefits intended by the PPPC's government. Adana Dor, Ghana TV9 News.
And now for some sad news. Ambassador Elizabeth Ann Harper, Permanent Secretary of Ghana's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, passed away on Saturday. President Ali, in extending condolences to her family, relatives, and former colleagues and friends, described her passing as a monumental loss for Guyana. He assured that her legacy of service, dedication, and excellence will continue to inspire generations to come. President Ali said that Harper will be remembered not only for her professional brilliance, but also her engaging personality and warmth, which she approached all those around her. Guyana has truly lost an outstanding citizen, and our foreign service has lost one of the finest ever. Meanwhile, CARICOM Secretariat described Harper's legacy as enduring, a blueprint of service marked by decades dedication and excellence. The cabinet under President Ali's new administration has undergone significant changes this time around, with several key positions seeing new appointments and ministerial roles. On Saturday evening, President Ali swore in a number of new officials, introducing fresh faces to the administration and reshuffling several major roles. Details in this report. Over the weekend, President His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali swore in the new cabinet that will serve the people of Guyana over the next 5 years. The event was held at State House just 1 week after the inauguration of President Ali, and saw major shakeups in some key roles, as well as the introduction of new faces to serve.
The new cabinet today is put on notice that these are the measuring sticks. There will be continuous assessment, and there will be changes. Where such changes are necessary, because the foundation of this new government is about results, people, efficiency, transparency, and relentless hard work.
Moving forward, the president highlighted a number of important aspects in which his new cabinet must operate. He added that these candidates will serve as the backbone of government.
It is our alignment with our goals, our alignment with our partners, our alignment with the international system that will determine the speed of our success, the agility of our country, and the ability of this country to be competitive and to win in every aspect of national life. That is what we're building. A country that is strong, agile, a country in which our human capital will be driven by knowledge, science, innovation, technology, and in which the service delivery and service orientation of the government is the center of the work we do.
Meanwhile, former Minister of Education Priya Manikchand has been assigned to the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, with the former minister of that ministry taking up the role as Minister of Education. Former Minister of Agrarian Affairs Pauline Sukai has been replaced by former Parliamentary Secretary Sarah Brown. President Ali's new cabinet reshuffle includes several key changes and new appointments. Former Minister of Tourism, Onid Walrand, has been appointed Minister of Home Affairs, replacing Robson Ben, who will now serve as an advisor to the ministry. Meanwhile, Susan Rodriguez, former Housing Minister, takes over from Walrand as Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. Deodat Indar now heads the newly created Ministry of Public Utilities and Aviation. Guillaume Griffith, an attorney, is the new Minister of Labour and Manpower Planning, with Joseph Hamilton transitioning to an advisory role. Stephen Jacobs, businessman and former cricketer, joins the cabinet as minister within the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. Zulfikar Ali is named Minister of Public Service, Government Efficiency and Implementation. Additional new junior ministers include Vikash Ramkisoon, Minister within the Ministry of Agriculture, Manan Lal Ramraj, Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, Vanessa Ben, Minister within the Ministry of Housing. Ministers to retain their positions are Alan Nandlal, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Dr. Vindya Prasad, Minister of Human Services, Dr. Frank Anthony, Minister of Health, Vikram Bharat, Minister of Natural Resources, Charles Ramson, Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports, Gail Teixeira, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance, Dr. Ashni Singh, Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Hugh Todd, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Relations, Kwame McCoy, Minister within the Office of the Prime Minister, Colin Crowell, Minister of Housing, Juan Edgel, Minister of Public Works, and Zulfikar Mustafa, Minister of Agriculture. Further, James Bond, Zamal Hussain, Peter Ramsroop, Anand Prasad, Suresh Singh, Mahendra Budram, Jennifer Westford, Sanjay Dattadin, Alistair Charlie, and Sonia Lachman will serve as PUPC parliamentarians. Tandai McAllister and Mishka White Griffith have been identified as parliamentary secretaries. Colin Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
We now take a short break for the editor's perspective. Stay tuned.
Good night, viewers. It was just after 9:30 a.m. on Sunday when Alicia Narayan video called her cousin from the Vishal Singh sawmill compound at Crabwood Creek. Moments later, her reputed husband walked into view with a cutlass, declared his intent, and carried it out. By the time police arrived, Alicia's body lay motionless, hacked to death, and discarded, while her husband had taken poison and ended his own life. 2 children are now left without parents. Alicia's murder will not be the last if Guyana continues on this path. As a matter of fact, she's the 16th woman in Guyana this year to die at the hands of a partner. 60 lives lost in a country of fewer than 1 million people. A staggering figure for a nation so small. Each death is a national tragedy, and together they mark a crisis. President Irfan Ali has not shied away from this scourge. At his inauguration, he vowed to stamp out domestic violence, a promise he has repeated consistently. We have seen his government introduce programs, hotlines, and shelters underscoring a deep commitment to protecting women. But as strong as these efforts are, government cannot do it alone. Domestic violence is not only a political or a legal matter, it is cultural, social, and moral. Families must step in, neighbors must not stay silent, and communities must rally to protect women in danger. Law enforcement must respond with urgency, but so too must faith-based organizations and churches, which have long been pillars of guidance and refuge. They can play a powerful role in reshaping attitudes, supporting families, and helping break the silence. But the truth is, this fight must start even earlier, at home. It is about how we raise our sons and what we teach our daughters. Sons must be taught that love is not control and that strength is not violence. Daughters, too, they must be encouraged to value themselves, to recognize danger signs, and to know that leaving a toxic relationship is not weakness, but courage. Mothers, fathers, teachers, and mentors all have a hand in reshaping a new generation that rejects abuse. Without this cultural shift, the cycle will repeat itself. So government has taken up its share of responsibility, but ending this cycle will require the hands and hearts of all guidees, from the pulpit to the police station, from the family home to the halls of power. This fight demands unity. Domestic violence is not just a private matter. It is a national emergency. And unless all of us act, Alicia's Narayan death will not be the last. My name is Melanie Adikop Morris, and that's my perspective for tonight. Good night.
Thank you, Ms. Alicott Morris. A mother and child narrowly escaped death after a section of the Wismar-Mackenzie Bridge gave way beneath them. At about 18:27 hours on Sunday afternoon, the wooden walkway on the southern side of the Wismar-Mackenzie Bridge collapsed, resulting in a few persons being injured.
Reports reaching this newscast are that the walkway of the bridge would usually have caution tape, which was not seen by the woman. The woman is said to have received a broken leg while the child was unharmed. They were rescued by public-spirited citizens who jumped in to lend a hand to the woman and child. A married man from Iflod has confessed to being the mastermind to a brutal acid attack after his secret lover exposed their affair to his wife. Details in this report.
Police say 32-year-old Kieran Mervyn Daniels of Iflod, pastor, East Bank, Essequibo, admitted to plotting the attack after his mistress, Delicia Leach, revealed their affair to his wife. Daniels told investigators that Leach was his intended target and that he wanted to end the relationship after she exposed him. Daniels has named 2 accomplices, one who carried out the attack and another who was involved in the planning. Both remain on the run and police have launched an active manhunt. The incident unfolded around 3:30 p.m. on East Street, Georgetown, when Leach and her colleague, 20-year-old Nirmala Sukraj, left Balwat Singh Hospital to buy food. A white car pulled up and a passenger hurled a glass bottle filled with a corrosive liquid at the women before speeding off. The acid severely burned Leach's face, stomach, and left hand. She remains hospitalized at the Georgetown Public Hospital's burn unit in stable condition. Sukraj sustained minor injuries and was treated at Balwat Singh Hospital before being discharged. According to investigators, Daniel admitted he specifically wanted to harm Leach because she had informed his wife of their affair, leading to the breakdown of their relationship. His chilling confession has confirmed suspicions that the attack was no random act of violence but a targeted attempt at revenge. Police are continuing their search for the 2 suspects linked to the case as the probe deepens. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
Leader of the Partnership for National Unity, APNU, Aubrey Norton, has admitted that his party's crushing defeat at the September 1 elections was not only the result of external pressure, but also deep internal sabotage. Details in this report.
Speaking on the talk show Sources on Sunday, Norton claimed that individuals within APNU actively worked to undermine his leadership while pursuing their own political agendas. He alleged that members entered parliament without loyalty to the party's principle, accusing some of secretly collaborating with the governing PPPP.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to ensure is that this group that comes in serves the PNC and the wider society, serves the APNU and the wider society, rather than focusing on self and what they can achieve personally. One of the problems we have had is people come with their ambition, and the most important thing for them is their ambition, not service to the party and country.
While conceding that APNU could have built a stronger coalition, Norton stressed that he inherited the party in a turbulent environment where personal ambitions often outweigh commitment to the movement. He said he resisted attempts to split from the Alliance for Change AFC, insisting unity was the only chance of survival.
I believe the team in there is a formidable team. You have 12 persons, all of whom could stand on their own. The new addition, Sharma Solomon, can stand on his own. Riaz Ruknarayan, who's just gotten his doctorate in education, can stand on his own. Who are the other new people? Dexter Todd could stand on his own. Everybody there will be of consequence. And I don't see no party overshadowing us. They're going in there with the ideas from the process that led to our manifesto. They are going there with clear ideas of what Ghana should be and can hold them accountable against what Ghana should be.
APNU suffered historic defeat at the September 1 poll, securing a meager 12 of the 65 parliamentary seats, losing traditional strongholds in Region 4 and 10. The newly formed We Invest in Nationhood WIN party has now overtaken APNU as Guyana's main parliamentary opposition. Despite stepping away from Parliament, Norton said he will remain at the helm of APNU until a leadership transition is secured. I will not abandon the party, he vowed, promising stability until new leadership emerges. Adana Dore, Ghana TV9 News.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced Monday that the U.S. military has started another boat allegedly carrying drugs from Venezuela, hitting 3 on board. President Trump made the announcement in a post on Truth Social, writing, quote, "This morning, on my orders, U.S. military forces conducted the second kinetic strike against positively identified extraordinary violent drug trafficking cartels and narco-terrorists in the Southcom area of responsibility." Trump said the strike happened while, quote, "confirmed narco-terrorists from Venezuela were in international waters," and, quote, "transporting illegal drugs headed to the U.S. He said, quote, "a deadly weapon poisoning Americans," and, quote, "the Monday strike comes after another strike by the military 2 weeks ago on a vessel the Trump administration identified as a drug-carrying speedboat from Venezuela. 11 people were killed in that strike. Trump said the boat was operated by the Tren de Aragua gang. And finally, tonight's newscast. In the Cayman, Suriname, President Jennifer Gerling Simmons of Suriname and Dr. Mohamed Irfan Adi of Guyana met to affirm their commitment to strengthening bilateral relations and accelerating crucial joint projects. The two leaders emphasized their shared vision for peace, prosperity, and deeper regional integration. Details in this report.
The meeting between the leaders of Suriname and Guyana focused on several key areas of bilateral cooperation with a strong emphasis on economic collaboration. Both presidents agreed to advance trade and investment by exploring joint ventures and improving the business environment between their nations. A major point of discussion was energy security, with commitments made to closer collaboration in the oil, gas, and renewable energy sectors. They also agreed to pursue joint projects and share knowledge to strengthen regional energy resilience.
We had the opportunity to examine various areas of our relationship and to recommit ourselves to accelerating the growth and development of our relationship and our aspirations. In economic cooperation, we agreed that there will be specific focus on expanding trade, investment, and importantly, a mechanism through which we will have improvement of the ease of doing business for the private sector of both countries. It is important for our private sector to find it not only easy, but efficient, and to improve transparency in the way in which they do business and we conduct business.
A significant outcome of the meeting was the commitment to move forward with the long-awaited bridge across the Quarantine River. The leaders pledged to expedite coordination on the legal, technical, and financial aspects of the project, recognizing its potential to transform trade and connectivity. In addition, they addressed broader issues, reaffirming their commitment to peaceful resolution and directing their respective commissions to meet promptly. Cooperation in agriculture and fisheries was also highlighted, with an agreement to establish a joint commission to advance collaboration in the fisheries sector.
We agreed that the chair of both commissions will meet as soon as possible and thereafter convene the 7th meeting of the Suriname-Guyana Joint Border Commission before the end of this year. We both underscore the importance of maintaining a spirit of good neighborliness in addressing every matter, with the foundational pillars of peace, international rule of law, and prosperity of our people. Agriculture, food security, and fisheries are important sectors for both of us. We both have an enormous opportunity in contributing to the food security of CARICOM and in building out an ecosystem that would position Guyana and Suriname as major food producer in our region.
The leaders also addressed the importance of the Kanawaimo ferry service for enhancing cross-border trade and exchanges, agreeing to urgently renew and improve its operations. The Strategic Dialogue and Cooperation Platform, SDCP, was reaffirmed as the primary mechanism for their bilateral agenda, with instructions to convene the next season promptly to ensure full implementation of all agreements. The talks concluded with a shared commitment to maintaining the region as a zone of peace and deepening cooperation in issues of mutual interest. Adana Dora, Ghana TV9 News.
And that's all for tonight's news bulletin. I'm Colin Abrams. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.